Have you ever felt like no matter how much you try, you just can't seem to get ahead financially? Like your paycheck disappears before you've even had a chance to enjoy it? Trust me, you're not alone in this. Most people are caught in the same cycle, working hard, barely saving, and constantly stressed about money. It's exhausting, right? And here's the kicker, it doesn't have to be this way. Imagine if you could take control of your finances, build real wealth, and stop worrying about unexpected bills. What if I told you the solution isn't about earning more but changing how you handle the money you already have? Dave Ramsey's principles are all about mindset, strategy, and proven techniques that have transformed countless lives. These aren't gimmicks, they're straightforward steps anyone can follow to create a solid financial future. Here's where it gets interesting. The rules you're about to learn aren't just about numbers or budgeting spreadsheets. They're about freedom. The freedom to spend time with your family without stressing about debt, to pursue your dreams without the fear of financial ruin, and to retire knowing you're set for life. By the end of this, you'll have a roadmap to escape the paycheck-to-paycheck grind, start building wealth, and create a future where money works for you, not the other way around. Ready to break free? Let's dive in. One of the first things you'll hear from financial experts like Dave Ramsey is the importance of living below your means. It's the foundation of financial freedom. Think about it. No matter how much money you make, if you're spending more than you earn, you're digging yourself into a financial hole. That's why it's crucial to spend less than what's coming in. It might mean giving up a few short-term luxuries, like dining out every weekend or splurging on new gadgets, but trust me, it's all worth it in the long run. A simple way to start living below your means is by taking a hard look at your monthly expenses. Cut out subscriptions you don't really use, like streaming services or that gym membership you've been meaning to cancel. You can also start buying in bulk for essentials or opt for secondhand items when you can. You'll be amazed at how much you can save just by making these small adjustments to your lifestyle. Every penny counts, especially when you're trying to build a strong financial foundation. Let's take a real-world example. Imagine you're spending $300 a month on things you don't need, impulse buys, dining out, or random shopping sprees. Now, what if you redirected that $300 into an emergency fund or an investment account? It's not just about cutting back, it's about making your money work for you. Small sacrifices now can lead to big rewards later, and that's where the magic happens when it comes to building wealth. This mindset of spending less than you earn doesn't just apply to the rich, by the way. It's something anyone can do, no matter their income level. If you can make it a habit, you'll be on your way to financial freedom before you know it. And when you start seeing your savings grow, the sacrifices won't feel like such a big deal anymore. And guess what? That's just the first step. Next, we'll dive into something that'll truly protect you from life's unexpected curveballs, building an emergency fund. Stay tuned. Before diving into investments or aggressively tackling your debt, Dave Ramsey suggests an essential step, building an emergency fund. This is your financial safety net, a buffer between you and life's unpredictable setbacks. Think about the last time you had an unexpected car repair or a medical emergency. Without an emergency fund, that can send you straight into debt. But if you've set aside 3 to 6 months worth of living expenses, you'll be able to breathe easy knowing you've got it covered. Setting up an emergency fund doesn't have to be overwhelming. Start small. You don't need to save a huge amount overnight. The key is consistency. Begin by putting aside a little each month, even if it's just $50 or $100. Over time, it'll add up. And once you hit that 3 to 6 month target, you'll feel a sense of relief knowing that you're financially prepared for anything life throws your way. That feeling of security can't be overstated. Let's say you get laid off from work or your car breaks down unexpectedly. If you've been following Ramsey's advice and have that emergency fund, You won't have to rely on credit cards or loans to get by. Instead, you'll have the peace of mind to know that your emergency fund will handle it. This doesn't mean you'll never face setbacks, but it means you won't have to go into debt when they happen. Now, that's real financial freedom. And as you build your emergency fund, you'll start noticing how much easier it becomes to focus on paying off debt and investing for the future. No more stress about the what-ifs. You'll be free to make smarter financial decisions without the fear of running out of funds. This simple step of building an emergency fund will open doors to bigger financial moves, like eliminating debt and investing. Speaking of which, let's talk about getting rid of that pesky debt next, shall we? One of the biggest obstacles to financial freedom is debt. It's a silent weight that drags you down, preventing you from building wealth and achieving your dreams. That's why Dave Ramsey's debt snowball method is so effective. It's not just about paying off your debt, it's about building momentum and confidence. By tackling your smallest debt first, you get a quick win. As you pay it off, you gain motivation to keep going, snowballing your progress toward becoming debt-free. Let's take a look at how the debt snowball works. Imagine you have a few debts: a $500 credit card balance, a $1,000 medical bill, and a $3,000 car loan. You start by paying off the smallest debt, the $500 credit card balance. Once that's cleared, you focus on the next smallest, and so on. As each debt disappears, you have more cash to put toward the next one, creating momentum. This method builds psychological victories, which are just as important as financial ones. Debt can feel like a never-ending cycle, but when you approach it with this method, you'll start seeing progress quickly. The key is to avoid accumulating more debt while you're paying it off. That means saying no to those impulse purchases and really sticking to your budget. The longer you let debt hang around, the harder it becomes to break free, so the quicker you can knock it out, the better. The debt snowball method isn't just for big debt, it's for any debt that's been hanging over you. Whether it's credit card debt, medical bills, or loans, using this method gives you a clear path forward. And as you pay off debt, you're opening up your financial future. The next step? Investing. Once you're free of debt, your money is yours to grow. But let's talk about how to start investing early and consistently to take full advantage of your new financial freedom. Investing is the key to growing your wealth over time, but the magic happens when you start early and stay consistent. The earlier you begin, the more time your money has to grow, thanks to compound interest. Think of compound interest like a snowball. When you start small, it may seem insignificant at first, but as it rolls down the hill, it gains size and momentum. The same principle applies to investing. Even if you start with a small amount, the longer you wait, the less you'll benefit from the magic of compound interest. Dave Ramsey recommends investing 15% of your income into retirement accounts like 401(k)s and IRAs. It may seem like a lot, but the key is consistency. Starting small and increasing your contributions over time is better than putting it off altogether. Even if you only invest $100 a month, over time, it'll grow and you'll build wealth. For instance, if you invested just $100 a month in an S&P 500 index fund for 30 years, assuming an average return of 7%, you'd end up with more than $100,000. That's how powerful time and consistency can be. Investing isn't about timing the market, it's about time in the market. Too many people wait for the perfect moment to start investing. But the truth is, that perfect moment is now. The longer you delay, the more you're missing out on potential gains. Start now, even if it's small. The key is getting into the habit of consistently contributing to your investments. And remember, the earlier you start, the more your money works for you. Once your debt is cleared and your emergency fund is in place, investing becomes your best tool for securing financial independence. But it's not just about putting money into a 401k or IRA. It's about being smart with how you invest. Avoid risky get-rich-quick schemes and stick to solid, reliable investment strategies. Speaking of which, let's dive into how to avoid bad financial advice in the next step. Not all financial advice is created equal, and bad guidance can derail even the best intentions. Dave Ramsey stresses the importance of being selective about where you get your advice. The internet is full of self-proclaimed experts, but not everyone has your best interests at heart. It's easy to get swept up in flashy promises of doubling your money overnight or guaranteed returns. But here's the truth: real wealth takes time and smart decisions, not shortcuts. One of the best ways to protect yourself is to stick to proven, time-tested strategies. For example, focus on building an emergency fund, paying off debt, and investing in solid options like index funds or retirement accounts. Avoid high-risk investments, such as day trading or speculative assets, unless you're prepared to lose that money. Ramsey encourages people to seek advice from certified financial planners or professionals who understand your goals, rather than friends or influencers with no track record. Bad advice often preys on your emotions, fear of missing out, greed, or desperation. Remember those cryptocurrency gurus who popped up overnight, promising massive returns? Many people fell for those traps and lost their savings. Instead, prioritize financial education. Books like The Total Money Makeover or The Intelligent Investor can equip you with the knowledge to make informed decisions. When you know the basics, you're less likely to fall for bad advice. Learning to filter financial advice not only protects your wallet but also builds your confidence. It's empowering to take charge of your money and avoid falling victim to misleading schemes. So, what's the next step? It's about teaching the next generation how to do the same, creating a legacy of financial wisdom that can last for decades. Let's explore how to pass on these lessons to your kids. Teaching kids about money is one of the most powerful ways to create generational wealth. Dave Ramsey believes that children need to understand the value of money early on, not just by listening but by doing. Give them opportunities to earn their own cash, like paying them for chores instead of just handing out an allowance. This way, they learn that money is a reward for effort, not an entitlement. It's never too early to instill the mindset that financial success starts with hard work and responsibility. A practical tip is to divide their earnings into 3 jars: spend, save, and give. For example, if your child earns $10, they could save $4, spend $4, and donate $2 to a cause they care about. This simple habit teaches them budgeting, the importance of saving, and the joy of generosity. Imagine how much easier it would have been for you as an adult if you'd mastered these concepts as a kid. Ramsey's approach ensures they grow up with healthy financial habits that stick. Don't underestimate the power of leading by example. If kids see their parents constantly arguing over money or drowning in debt, they'll likely carry those habits into adulthood. Instead, model good financial behaviors like budgeting, avoiding debt, and investing wisely. Share real-life lessons with them, like how you saved for a family vacation or paid off a credit card. These stories make money lessons relatable and memorable. Raising financially savvy kids isn't just about giving them tools, it's about empowering them to make smarter choices as they grow. And as they learn, you're setting the stage for a brighter, more stable future for your family. But what if you could apply these same principles to your own spending habits? Up next, we'll explore a game-changing approach to living on a cash-only basis. Dave Ramsey's principle of living on a cash-only basis might seem old school, but it's a game-changer for taking control of your finances. By using cash for everyday expenses, you become hyper-aware of where your money is going. Think about it. Handing over actual bills feels very different from swiping a card. It's tangible, and it makes you pause before spending. This simple habit helps prevent overspending and keeps you within your budget. A cash-only system is especially effective for categories like groceries, entertainment, and dining out. For example, let's say you set aside $400 in cash for groceries this month. Once that cash runs out, that's it, you can't overspend. It forces you to plan ahead, prioritize what you really need, and avoid impulse purchases. It's a little discipline up front that pays off big time in financial stability. The real kicker? You avoid the trap of credit card interest. Many people don't realize how quickly debt can pile up just by using credit for convenience. Instead, Ramsey's method ensures you live within your means, and the best part is you're not giving a dime of your hard-earned money to banks in the form of interest. It's all about keeping more of what you earn and redirecting it toward your goals, like investments or building an emergency fund. Shifting to cash might feel like a big adjustment at first, but it's a powerful way to align your spending with your priorities. And once you see how effective it is, you'll wonder why you didn't start sooner. Speaking of prioritizing your goals, let's dive into how these principles come together to help you build lasting wealth. Remember when we talked about feeling stuck, living paycheck to paycheck, and constantly worrying about money? Now you know there's a way out. By applying these steps, spending wisely, saving intentionally, and focusing on what truly matters, you're building a financial future that puts you in control. So, what's holding you back from taking the first step today? If you're serious about transforming your mindset and mastering your money, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications right now. Don't miss out on more tips that can help you create passive income, eliminate debt, and finally build the life you've always wanted. This channel is your go-to place for real, actionable advice that works. And if you're ready to take it to the next level, check out Holistic Health. Nourish your mind, balance your finances, transform your life in the pinned comment. This is your chance to learn how to create income streams, build financial security, and maintain mental clarity while navigating your financial journey. Don't wait, your future self will thank you for starting today. So, are you ready to make the change? The journey to financial freedom begins with a single step. Let's make it happen together.